system in place to keep us in chains. By show of hands, who else is sick and tired of the same 1%? Trying to keep us small, trying to keep us from getting out. Minimizing the struggles they've caused, saying we're not working hard enough.
We really should stop this fighting. Otherwise, we'll miss the fireworks.
There won't be any fireworks.
And here we go.
And welcome, everybody, to Suck It. I am the great and powerful King of Kings, Prince of all that is awesome, Derek. How the fuck is everybody today on this January 5th of the wonderful year that is 2021? I have no idea if that's how it's going to stay, but so far so good. We're 5 days in, so let's at least, round of applause for 2021 so far. Hey, but you know what? We can only hope so much. We're only 2 days into the new year of the shows because I only started doing shows yesterday again. So, we'll see how it goes, but so far so good. And if you are still having a shitty year, just kick 2020 in the nuts because it's done. It's over with. Think positively. Because that's exactly what I'm going to fucking do here. But tonight, I have a beautiful young lady on the show with me tonight. She is not only a model, but she's also an awesome indie actress. And we'll get into all that and more because she does more than just that, but that's what she's known for the most. But we'll get into all that and more and just have some fun and, maybe make fun of the fact that she's a ginger because I do that all the time because I don't know why. I'm dating a ginger and I do that to her too. And I'm just an asshole. So can we just go with that? I think that's fair to say because I do that. But anyway, without any further ado, please welcome the lovely, beautiful, and talented Crystal Loverro.
Well, thank you so much, Derek. You honor me. And yes, you are an asshole in the best way.
I am. Like, when I first started dating my girlfriend, her and I mean, she's a ginger as well, and me and Keith were doing an episode, like, the same week that her and I started dating, and I ripped her a whole new asshole, and the entire time she's just texting me, like, what the fuck?
Honestly, gingers, we do it best.
You guys do, and y'all are scary as shit, and I don't know why I fuck with y'all.
We have more soul, obviously.
Y'all are soulless, but have a sense of humor about it, so it works out well.
Yeah, gotta have fun,
So how's everything going with you?
It's it's pretty good. I don't want to jinx anything, but obviously 2021 just began, but things are going really killer. I've gotten 2 auditions. Still playing phone tag with SAG, trying to get that pre-production paperwork done for that fun feature film we're doing called Roll It. I talk about that pretty often. You've probably heard about that by now. Mm-hmm. If not, we can talk about it more. But what else have I got going on? Auditions. Oh, we've been doing a lot of really funny skits and clips. I actually just released one today. My buddy Jason and
I've been watching those. Those are pretty funny.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Yeah, no, I like to make people laugh. A lot of my friends and people have been watching those. They all seem to enjoy them, so that's good. I mean, if you can do nothing else, might as well give people some laughter. Laughter's the best medicine after all.
Exactly. Especially in this year, or going in from this last year to this year. I mean, it's still the same year. I mean, we're still in the same crap. So, I mean,
totally.
People like us that are in our position that are content creators. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're an actor or an actress, a director, a comedian, a musician, whatever. You're a content creator. I mean, that's what it is. You right now, since we can't do anything else except for sit in front of our fucking computer and our own cameras, might as well make content that's going to be fun for us. I mean, yes. I mean, at the same time, we're hoping that people watch, but at the same time, might as well us get a laugh out of it,
Oh yeah, totally. Keep exercising your muscles, whether it be acting or writing or directing. My friend Jason, he'll write stuff. He's a great writer, and I'll act, and we'll have some of our other friends act in it, and it usually comes out really good, and it keeps us busy, keeps us happy and sane. Very small group of people. We don't really just small team, just put something out that's pretty cool. Same with Roll It. We want to just provide pure entertainment and escape during all the BS going on out there.
Why don't you talk more about Roll It?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I'd love to. So Roll It is our fun feature film. It's going to be, I'll call it a dark comedy, thriller, what have you. So it's about two young women who are close friends who decide to make their first film together. The two leads are played by my friends Elise Fosmark and Evan Goldsmith. They're pretty well known in the Portland area. I have a small role as well. I'm their friend Melissa in the film. So they decide to make their first film together, and things get a little creepy as they decide not to cast a certain actor, and he begins stalking them. Yeah, it's actually inspired, not exactly like based on, but it's inspired by true events that happened to the writer and director Jace in the Portland film community.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, things can get really hairy and weird sometimes. So we're just bringing that to light in a movie, and really stoked for it. I'm producing it, and I have that small part playing their friend in it. So it's gonna be fun, real fun.
That's definitely an interesting premise to a movie.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
I'm super stoked.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else out there like that. I mean, there's lots of stalker movies, but never anything like that. Nothing like this.
I like that we're going with the filmmaking stuff because that's something dear to all of our hearts. And, you know, it's kind of fun because, well, we get to see a little bit of the process of them kind of making the film, like the audition process and stuff, which is really cool. So I'm actually, fun fact, going to be playing. So because I'm playing their friend, that's not normally an actor or a makeup artist, but they're just kind of like, hey, you're our friend. Be our makeup artist on set and act. Be the lead in the movie. And I'm just like, and my character doesn't know how to act at all, so it's really silly. I'm actually going to be playing a bad actor, and I can't wait. It's going to be fun.
So you're just going to be pretending, you're just going to be acting like yourself.
The opposite of myself.
I got jokes.
Yeah. No, you're great. I appreciate a good joke.
I got horrible dad jokes. And I'm a stand-up comedian, and all I tell is dad jokes. It's pretty bad.
Awesome. I appreciate comedy a lot. I can tell you're definitely a comedian. I am terrified of stand-up. I mean, it's something I'd maybe try someday, but it's just, oh my gosh, it just gives me like my nerves. I'm like, whew.
I mean, I'm still terrified every time I go up on stage. I haven't been up on stage since. I mean, I only did 2 shows this year. I did one open mic right before the pandemic started, and then we did a pandemic show at a local brewery here in town. That we only had like 10 people in it. It was in July, and then we just broadcast it on YouTube. But I mean, it wasn't anything huge, but it was still something. But it is scary. I mean, I'll tell you straight up honest. I mean, it's a very scary thing. But I love it. I love the fear. I thrive on the fear. Especially with the way I came up in the business. I mean, I started as a musician, but the majority of my time I spent as a pro wrestler. So,
wow, that's fantastic.
Learning crowd control, having to stay in character. I mean, it's a form of theater. I mean, it really is.
Yeah,
I mean,
without a doubt.
but at the same time, it's also a form of stand-up comedy because you have to have that crowd control. You have to know if the crowd's not going your way, you have to know how to flip them and do things. Yeah, I mean, it is. So I've taken all that, my 15 years of experience as a wrestler, and brought it over to the comedy side. But at the same time, I want to get into acting. I want to do a lot of different things, but unfortunately, we can't. So right now, this is my life.
Oh,
this
totally.
Lovely setup.
It's definitely a rough time to begin a new career, especially in the entertainment industry. That's really inspiring that you did wrestling for 15 years and comedy. I mean, that's really cool. I mean, I love sketch comedy, as you can tell. I do a lot of sketches and skits and stuff, but stand up, that takes some balls, man. I mean, I get the thrill though, because I'm not, I haven't done a ton of theater. I want to get more into it without a doubt. I'm actually looking into applying to the Murder Mystery Dinner Party, the company there. They have troops all over the U.S. and whatnot. But I've done like a showcase, and it's like your heart's just rushing right before you get on the stage. You go on the stage, you perform, and then you're just like, holy crap! It's euphoric. Like there's nothing like it.
Yeah, it is euphoric. Performing in front of a live crowd, where regardless of whether it's wrestling or comedy or theater, I mean, or even music, things can go wrong, and you know, the thrill of something going wrong and be able to pull it back is pretty exciting
Yup.
too. You know, I've had many opportunities, you know, many things where, you know, I I botched something hardcore and people just knew it and I flipped it, and you know, it's just one of those situations where you just have to do it.
And that's a good performer right there.
Yeah, but it takes a lot out of you. You know, I mean, like I said, I've only been on stage twice this year, but I've done 3 Zoom comedy shows as well. But that's nothing like performing on
Different.
stage. Oh my God, it's
get
so
you.
different.
Yeah.
I have a lot of stand-up comedy friends who have, you know, been doing them nonstop, and I've only done 3
Wow.
because I've been so focused on the show. But
Yeah.
it's exciting, but at the same time, it's like I'm ready to just get back out there. You know,
I know.
not even for my own personal, you know, career. I'm just want to get back out there for my sanity. Whether it's going to watch a live band, whether it's, you know, going to watch a fucking movie in a movie theater, you know, doing something other than watching fucking Netflix or Hulu, or you know,
Anime.
you know, or going to a brewery. You have to stand 6 feet apart from people, and you can't even drink at the bar. You have to take it away and go sit outside. It's, you know,
I get you.
I just want some sense of normalcy back.
Yeah, I feel I feel like you know, your feelings are valid, and I feel the frustration, I feel the pain and suffering of not being able to hug your friends and, like, you know, high five your pals and go out and do whatever. Like, I miss concerts, I miss movies. Like, movies are my life. I miss being on a film set with a bunch of people and not having to worry. But you know what? I'm feeling optimistic. I think we're gonna get there. We just gotta keep being patient and just keep, you know, doing our best. And I really do think it'll happen. It'll be all right.
Yeah, I mean, but right now, as far as at least the stage goes, and I mean that for like Broadway and comedy and music, we're here in like 2022.
That's what. Yeah. I mean, even the film industry to get back up the way it was before. Yeah, 2022 sounds more like it. We got some time to wait, unfortunately.
Yeah, and that's what sucks the most. I mean, because like I'm watching Europe right now, and Europe is planning on doing a bunch of stuff this year, but at the same time, are they going to be able to go through with it? Because I've seen bands book shows, I've seen, you know,
Yeah.
festivals being booked and advertised and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, does Europe have it figured out, or are they just being optimistic? So
They
it's
might be
like
being optimistic
they might
because
be.
I know there's a bunch of places on lockdown. Yeah, I mean, it's really tough because it almost feels like, you know, like a year as of now. It's been about a year, I guess, or getting there. About a year of our life is kind of, in a way, like, there's a way to think of it as it was kind of stolen from us. You know, our progress was halted in a lot of ways, but at the same time, it's been propagated in other ways. I guess, like, the best thing you can do is think, I can't do these things, but what can I do for now until I can do those things again? And I mean, it sucks. Like, I wonder what things would be like for everybody if, you know, the pandemic hadn't unfolded in the way it did. I'm sure a lot of people would be a lot happier spending time with their families. It sucks we've lost so many people to the pandemic too. You know, my mother-in-law actually just got sick with COVID. She's recovering, thankfully. But I mean, it's scary. You know, it's really freaky.
But you know, at the same time, somebody like me, and I'm sure there's others out there like me as well. Um, the pandemic was a blessing and a curse.
Yeah,
You
I can
know, I
see
mean,
why.
because I don't think my show would have grown to you
Mm,
know, as big as it has over the last year if it wasn't for the pandemic.
totally. I get that.
Because, you know, I've had more time, you know, to dedicate to it, have more time to advertise for it. And, you know, it's, you know, I mean, when I first started the show, I was getting, you know, 15 to 100 listens per episode. Now I'm getting, you know, 40 to 50,000 per episode.
That's
And
epic.
and I don't know if I would have gotten it if it wasn't for the pandemic.
I get
You
that.
know, at the same time, so it's kind of like, okay, yeah, I guess I can, you know, count my blessings, but at the same time, it's like, I want it, just something back.
No, I get that because I mean, because of the pandemic, like, acting classes have been kind of a different experience. Like, you can take acting classes on Zoom now because there's nothing in person pretty much. So I've had the opportunity to train with some fantastic coaches in LA, and I'm ongoing, still doing so, which has really helped my acting like a ton. I took 2 classes with Killian McHugh, Killian's Workshop. Awesome commercial coach guru is what people coin him as, and I learned how to audition for commercials, and I feel a lot more confident with commercial auditions now, and I feel like that's definitely a blessing for me, at least, that I got to train with one of the best, well, probably the best commercial coach in the US at least.
So, what made you get into acting in the begin with?
Well, there's a few things. So there's my aunt Darlan Flugel. I don't know if you've heard of her or not, but she was relatively famous. She's worked with a lot of famous people like Sylvester Stallone, Robert De Niro, Patrick Swayze. Um, her career very unfortunately ended short due to early onset Alzheimer's. Unfortunately, so but she was really great, honestly, and I was always super duper inspired by her since I was just a little girl. But I never believed in myself enough to think, oh, I could be an actor, like I could do that. I just never really thought I could for some reason. I didn't have any self-confidence, and then unfortunately she passed away. And weirdly enough, like, I'm not religious, but I guess I'd say I'm spiritual, I'm agnostic, whatever.
Yeah.
But I guess you could say she visited me in a dream, whether it was my subconscious or actually her, but she had told me just go for it. And this was after my first mushroom trip. And yeah, we're getting into psychedelics here.
It could have been definitely your subconscious, but either way, your subconscious was telling you, hey, you can do this.
Yeah, I mean, when I did the mushrooms, it was a pretty profound experience. I learned a lot about myself and what I wanted out of life, and I realized how unhappy I was doing what I was doing, which was, trying to go to med school / physical therapy school. I was kind of flipping between the two, but I wasn't happy doing that path, and I realized, like, at my heart and at my core, I'm an artist. That's what I am, and I always have been, and so between the psychedelics, my aunt's experience, and also my favorite actress, Lena Headey, she inspired me so much, and just all these things at once, I kind of was just like, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna get involved in the local film community in Binghamton, New York, which is my hometown. I ended up moving here to Portland, and things have definitely taken off for me. I haven't turned back since, just keeping in classes, keep networking, and I love what I do,
Yeah. What brought you from New York to Portland?
Well, I was living with my best friend Katie in Binghamton. She's also from Binghamton. We wanted to get out of Binghamton because we had graduated college and whatnot, and we were like, we want to move somewhere different. And so we made the leap to move together, and we actually moved to like the shittiest place in the world, Longview, Washington. It was like just total small, like boring town. Smells really crappy because it's a logging town and lots of meth heads. It was just not a great place. But so we were pretty miserable, but at least we had each other. And my husband was still in New York because he was finishing up his PhD. So anyways, I ended up going through some things, like personal things, like my mom got pretty sick at the time. This was in, let's see, I ended up moving back to New York though in 2019, I believe. Yes, no, it must have been, I'm trying to get my years straight. Yes, I ended up moving back to New York in 2019 because of some things going on, like my mom getting sick, and she was in New York, of course, and just like my mental health. I was just struggling. I wanted to be with my husband while he was finishing up school, but he ended up dropping out because he wanted to go into computer programming rather than math. He was getting his PhD in math. So we decided actually to move back to Portland together, because Longview, Washington's about an hour north of Portland. So we decided to move back to Portland. Katie was still there, and we've been there ever since, and we really like it here, but we want to eventually make the move to LA when we get more stable. He's been looking for jobs since he graduated with his master's and left the PhD program. It's just he doesn't have like a ton of work experience yet other than freelancing, so he's gotten a lot of no's. But then the pandemic happened and it's been even harder, so we're just kind of trying to keep afloat.
Yeah, I mean, that story is the same story as a lot of other people.
Exactly.
You know, it sucks, but at the same time, it's a blessing and a curse because it really kind of teaches who you are as a person and learn who you are as a person, and it allows you to grow and really evaluate what you are as a human being on Earth, and taking that leap and taking those those ideals with you is what helps you grow.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I mean, everything you go through makes you stronger, and that's the beautiful thing about acting is I was thinking the other day, like every heartbreak, every like just whatever type of situation makes you a better actor in a way because you can take that real experience and apply it to your craft. It's like you can become a better actor just by living, experiencing, and fully experiencing and allowing yourself to reflect on that and use that pain in your art. I mean, a lot of people do that, not just actors, but I mean, it can be a beautiful thing. Suffering can be art in a way, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I use my suffering as a mode of of comedy. I mean,
Sure, exactly.
especially being somebody who's bipolar and suffers the way I do. It's one of those. Because also right now I'm going through a divorce as well, and
man,
so it's like,
sorry to hear that.
it's making for great material.
Hey, yeah, that's true. I bet it is.
I have been writing a lot, and it's made for some great jokes that I have yet to try out.
Awesome.
So I'm anxious.
I'm stoked to hear them.
Oh, they're coming.
But
But it's I guess that's one of the things that I've learned over the last year, especially with the pandemic, is how strong I am.
True.
Because of mental health issues and stuff I have, and I lost a lot in 2020. I mean, my 18-year-old daughter moved out. I lost my wife. I lost my job. But the job thing ended up paying off because now I get to do this full time, and I was able to grow that. But at the same time, it was a lot of loss. And then now the divorce and just it was just like loss after loss after loss last year, and it was a lot of personal loss, and it was just it broke me big time. And now it's just like, okay, so now how can I revamp who I am, and how can I take all the shit that I went through and all the shit that I learned and progress as a human being.
Right.
Totally. So I mean, it was definitely, like I said, it was a blessing and a curse, and I am thankful for it, but at the same time, I fucking hate it.
I know those feelings. I mean, you're resilient though, and you're doing a great job. Just keep at it. Like, no, I mean, I get that. 2020 was by far a year of loss for the entire world. It's been rough, and I'm sorry you had to deal with so much personal loss. But like you said, at the same time, it's helped you build your material and build your show and your content and like really build your brand, which is like an optimistic thing, I guess, to think about it that way.
But it's done the same thing for you as well.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I hope so.
I mean, I've definitely noticed a bigger presence for you online.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. Thank you.
Let me give you an example. Okay. When you type, things into Google, it gives you suggestions.
Yeah.
You type the name Crystal in there, it's going to give you a lot of suggestions. But you type in the name Crystal Love, and you stop at Love, it gives your name top.
No way. Really?
Dead ass serious.
Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't know that. Right on.
It gives your name is at the top. If you type in the word Crystal Love into Google, boom, there you are.
Huh. Okay.
And it says actress.
That's pretty cool. I dig it. I approve.
Yeah, I mean,
what I am first and foremost.
It is. However, you do take a hot bikini pic.
Thank you. Yes, the modeling has definitely been fun. That's for sure. Did you see what I posted today? Like, go check my Instagram right now. Not my Instagram. It's not on there yet. I have to wait till the best time to post. Check my Facebook. I'll
have to go back and look. But I mean, the advertisement post that I picked. I was like, okay, let me pick two good, headshots, And I'm like, you know what? Oh, there's some good modeling shot right there. Look at that
Hey,
sexy
yeah.
ass ginger right there. I'm gonna put
Oh,
that right
shucks,
fucking
you
there.
flatter me. No, you picked great photos. I was pleased. I was like, he making me look like my best self. I was.
That's the whole idea. Because
Hell
you know,
yeah.
because when I do one-on-one interviews with a actor, an actress, a comedian, whatever, I always pick the best shots to show who you are as the range of person.
Sure.
As when I talk to bands, obviously I just pick the best band pick, but then I Photoshop it and put them in different, funny situations because,
Oh, hell yeah.
whatever float, whatever works. But when I do a one-on-one, I try to make sure that I'm, showing the range,
I appreciate that.
and I want to make sure people know that it's not just, you're not one-dimensional. And I
For
try to make
sure.
sure that it's a good broad assumption of what you can be or what you are.
Well, you got an eye for it, that's for sure. And it seems like you're pretty skilled in Photoshop. You're skilled in a lot of things. You're a
I'm
well-rounded guy.
very skilled in Photoshop. I play around in Photoshop probably too much.
That's awesome. I love Photoshop. I have a little Wacom, however you pronounce it, a little tablet. I like to edit my photos and whatnot. I retouch photos semi-professionally. Like some friends have had me retouch some things. I enjoy it. It's very therapeutic.
Yeah, because I do Photoshop. I'm also a photographer as well. So
Oh, right on. Me too.
so I do a lot of photography and I work a lot in Lightroom and Photoshop as well. I definitely get my $20 worth out of Photoshop every month.
Oh, every month. Good, good, good. Cool, cool.
All right, so we're gonna take a quick commercial break, and we will be right back. Hey guys, have you ever wondered how you can help support the channel and look cool at the same time? Do yourself a favor, go to dckproductions.com/shop and get yourself some of the coolest apparel out there. Whether you just want one of our basic logos in a t-shirt or hoodie form, or whether or not you want to get one of our great graphic tees that are just funny as hell. And also, just released is our brand new line of mental health shirts, which help raise awareness, and 25% also go to charity. So please do yourself a favor. Again, go to dckproductions.com/shop for the best apparel out there. Thank you very, very much. Hey guys, so I'm here to tell you about my newest sponsor for the night, Wildflower Hemp Co., the best offering in CBD available out there today. CBD is a hemp extract. It's not marijuana. However, it is a derivative, but at the same time, it's completely illegal, and it has been proven to help your mental health, help with chronic pain, anxiety, everything that you could possibly think of. Hemp and CBD works for. And it's helped me get off of Xanax. It has helped me get off of Clonopam and actually reduce my dosage of Lexapro. So I owe a lot to CBD, and I owe a lot to Wildflower Hemp Co. as well. So do yourself a favor, go to www.wildflowerhempco.com and get yourself some of the best selection of hemp products out there. Whether you want gummies, whether you want oils and tinctures, whatever the case might be, Wildflower Hemp Co. is the place to be. So again, that's wildflowerhempco.com for the best in hemp products out there. Trust me when I say you will not go wrong with Wildflower. And now back to our conversation. All right, we're back.
Love me some good hemp.
I'll be honest with you. That shit works wonders for
That's
me.
amazing.
It's so good. Actually, the company Wildflower Hemp goes out of Oregon as well.
Oh, that's fantastic.
yeah.
I dig it. I knew they sounded familiar.
Yeah. They have a huge double farm. He just bought a new farm. And
Wow.
like I said, the products that they have is just phenomenal. Like I said, hemp and CBD have helped me get off of, my anxiety meds and everything else like that. I also have chronic neck pain from my years as a wrestler because I broke my neck.
Yeah.
So I have chronic pain from that. So that helps me with that. It is so good. And until THC and marijuana is legal across the United States, hemp and CBD is the way to go. So
Oh, definitely, without a
100%.
doubt.
But you, speaking of mental health stuff, and I want to kind of go back to this because I kind of want to dive more into it because you said something that really sparked my interest, but it's
Oh,
something that I've already known about, and I want to kind of get your opinion on it too because especially with the mental health
sure.
aspect of things. So, speaking of mental health, you had mentioned that you had gone on a trip with some mushrooms.
Ah,
And at that
yes.
point, you had realized where you were going wrong in life and what you really truly needed to do.
Yeah.
So right now, there are studies being done in Colorado because mushrooms are legal there and other places as well.
Here in Oregon too, we just legalized this year.
Yeah, okay.
Well, for medical use.
Yes. So they're doing studies on these on mushrooms for mental health purposes because they say when you do it, it resets your brain and it allows you to kind of start over from scratch as far as how you're feeling in that moment. Is that kind of what you went through in that moment with that?
Well, I've done several mushroom trips, and I feel like every time is a pretty good reset for me. I've learned something about myself every time. Like one time, I did a heroic dose of mushrooms, spontaneously, which isn't the best idea, by the way. I was just like, I'm just gonna take 5 grams of mushrooms. It's midnight. I don't care. I'm just doing it. Crazy time. I was like messed up for like 8 hours. Like the first 5 hours or 6 hours were pretty fantastic, giggly, lots of visuals, really great. But the last like two coming back, because I had such an out of body experience, like coming back into my body was terrifying, and all my bones, like I shit you not, felt like they were broken. Like it was really weird. Like, and I looked in the mirror. It's a trap. Don't do it. I looked in the mirror and my whole face, dude, was so disfigured. I legit thought I fell on the floor and broke all my facial bones. I was like, holy shit, my whole face is broken. And like I had realized that came from my fear of disfigurement. Like I have a fear of being disfigured. I have a fear of being like, cuz I've struggled with like my self-confidence my whole life. I mean, I've gotten a lot better now, but I was always like picked on for having a lazy eye. I was picked on for having crooked teeth, and like that really like your sound actually just cut out.
No, I
Oh,
just mouthed it.
oh, I was like, what? Nice mouth thing then, because I thought you. Oops. I
No,
thought
because
you were.
I used to get picked on as well for my lazy eye. I was saying me too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we both have a lazy eye. Yeah,
Yeah.
mine's super noticeable, and there's nothing I can do about it because I was born blind in my right eye. But I mean, people would call me really mean things. Like they would call me retarded. They would call me Down syndrome, and it was just like so I've always struggled with like my appearance and how I look, and then like after finally gaining some self-confidence, and I just like I have such a fear of like just losing everything I've worked for. And I mean the mushrooms like help me realize that, and like sometimes even the most painful experiences on psychedelics can actually be really helpful because they can teach you something. Sometimes when you learn something really profound, it's not an easy lesson. And I mean, if you don't want to do like a full dose, you could always microdose, which helps immensely with anxiety and
Mm-hmm.
depression. I was actually gonna, because I'm glad you brought up mental health, because I also have bipolar disorder, and I take Lexapro too. I've
One
been
or
trying
two.
to. Oh shoot.
Are you bipolar one or bipolar two?
Trying to remember the most common one. I think
Bipolar two.
it's
Yeah.
yeah, two.
That's
That
what I
sounds
am
right.
as well. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean mine's like really well managed. I was diagnosed when I was like 13. It was kind of rough home environment, this and that. So like I think that I've been able to manage it a lot better now that I'm in like a really healthy space and whatnot.
I
But yeah,
wasn't
I mean
diagnosed until I was 37.
oh wow, so you were a late
Yeah, I
diagnosis.
mean,
Got it.
but I hid it for a long
You
time.
hit it.
Well, let me rephrase that. I did not hide it. People fucking knew. And I just refused to acknowledge it, refused to believe it. And I had fits of anger, I mean, fits of rage, and I just refused to acknowledge it. I mean, I refused to even admit that I had anxiety issues. And that's how my anxiety, you know, came out was through anger and rage and just screaming. I never like beat anybody, but it was
Oh
just
yeah.
it was just loud screaming and just just and it
Get
got
that.
really bad. And my soon to be ex-wife is the one who finally convinced me to go get it done, go get tested and everything else like that. But in that process, I also had 2 suicide attempts, and it was just, it was so bad. I mean, and, you know, a lot of it stems from my childhood as well. I mean, I was picked on a lot. You know, especially like I said, I have a uncorrectable lazy eye as well. I was born, you know, I was okay coming out, but I got stuck in the birth canal, and they had to use fucking forceps. And when they pulled me out with the forceps, they actually somehow got my temples and squeezed so hard on my temples that they actually scratched my cornea from the inside out. So because of my head, like, so my bone and everything else around it, you know, scratched my cornea on the backside of my eye. So I can't, so it's uncorrectable. So my eye just kind of wanders and does whatever
I get you, man.
I get a lot of, are you looking at me? Are you talking to me?
Oh, man.
Oh yeah, that's the worst.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, and I was, you know, I was also raised inside of a Catholic home at a Catholic school. And I was the poor kid, so I was always abused by the rich kids.
Yep.
Yeah, so I mean, the rich kids would, you know, beat the shit out of me on a daily basis, and the nuns just let it happen, because they're the rich kids. They're the ones that give money to the fucking church and the school. So hey, got away with it, and there was so much trauma from that. I mean, and and then going from that to just life in general, and you know, my first wife was abusive, and you know, very violently, you know, abusive, mentally and physically. So it's like, you know, all these things. I mean, I do suffer from PTSD as well because of it.
Same. Yeah, that's my main diagnosis, is actually PTSD. Like I said, I have the bipolar under control, but the PTSD is like really challenging. It's like crippling. I'm sorry you had to go through all that, though. I empathize with you, and if you ever want to talk about anything, like, really, my inbox is open for reals.
Well, I appreciate that.
Of course.
You know, but you know what? It only motivates me. You know, everything that I've been through motivates me to be a funnier comic, to be a better father, to be, you know, a better interviewer. You know, whatever the case might be, whatever I'm doing in that moment, it drives me. I just drive to be better. And some days you know, it's an accomplishment just to wake up and get out of bed.
Oh yeah. Oh,
you know,
I'm with you on that. Oh my gosh.
This past Friday, so New Year's Day, so New Year's Eve was the first time I've spent alone on New Year's Eve in 13 years.
Yeah, did you post something about that? I feel like I remember seeing something about that.
I did, yeah. I posted something on Friday, and it was a pretty bad post, but those posts, you know, just allow me to vent. But
no, yeah, you deserve that. I have no judgment whatsoever.
Yeah, because
it's your wall.
It's because the 26th, the day after Christmas, was the day my wife moved out, and I've been struggling, you know. The last 2 weeks. I mean, I am dating again, but you know, thankfully she's cool and understanding, and she's awesome. She just came in and grabbed the cat from doing whatever the fuck she was doing. So, you know, I mean, but at the same time, I'm still hurting. I'm still in a lot of pain, and you know, it was one of those things that sucks. And you know, she went home last week to go, you know, be with her kids. So, and I was home alone. My wife had left me. I didn't have my girlfriend here, and it was just like. You know, that was a bad day. I mean, I literally spent all day Friday in bed, binging Cobra Kai.
Relatable.
And I didn't get out of bed until 6 o'clock that night. And the only reason why I did was because I needed to get something to eat. And then I was so depressed that I didn't even want to cook. So I fucking Uber Eats some fucking Buffalo Wild Wings and smoked some CBD, and I felt better. And then I watched Ohio State beat Clemson, and then that was fantastic, and I felt better.
Glad.
But you know, it was one of those things where it took everything in my body just to be able to pick up my phone and order Uber Eats for getting my wings. And the only reason why I went downstairs is because I had to go fucking get it at the door. You know, it's I hate days like that. I truly do.
Then you feel worse because you laid in bed all day, but you needed to. It's just a vicious cycle.
Yeah, but at the same time, I was able to binge watch Cobra Kai, so I felt okay about that.
Good. No, that's an accomplishment. I still have yet to watch that, but it's on my bucket list of things to watch.
Have you
So,
not watched any of the first 2 seasons?
I have not, but I've heard really good things. I know I'm gonna like it. I'm
It
super
is
stoked to
so
check it
good.
out.
It
I mean,
is
I'm a
so
big
good.
martial arts person, so
It's so am I. I mean, Karate Kid is what got me into doing martial arts when I was 5 years old.
Hells yeah. Oh yeah, when I was a kid, I was like, I want to do karate, but we never had the money, so I just really kind of was able to learn a little bit on my own. But then I finally joined up with a dojo when I had my own money and was an adult. But then we ended up moving here, and now I'm in Krav Maga, so that's kind of my thing. And then I want to like progress with Krav Maga, of course, because I really enjoy that martial art. And then I want to move to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu as well.
Yeah,
so
I'm a purple
very
belt.
passionate about.
Yeah, I'm a purple
You're a
belt.
purple belt?
Yeah, in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
And
Yeah,
then
like,
I have my black belt in Kempo, and I have black belt in Taekwondo.
oh, that's killer. That's
Yeah.
killer. Purple belts are fierce AF. I mean, they can be dangerous without a doubt.
I miss it though. I haven't rolled on a BJJ mat in years since I broke my neck.
Oh yeah, no shit.
Because after I broke my neck, it was 2013. It was November of 2013. And I broke my neck. No, excuse me, September of 2013, and then November of 2013 is when I got my neck surgery, and I was cleared 8 weeks later to be okay, to start training again and stuff like that. It wasn't a bad as a tear, a break to where I needed a full year of recovery, like some people have or most people have. Where they also where it also damages your spinal cord and stuff like that. It was simply just bone break, thankfully,
Got it.
and a massively herniated disc. So they just were able to do that. So anyway, I was able to get back in the training again that February, and 2 things happened. I got a fight, and I also was able to start wrestling again. So I wrestled in May, like 8 weeks after that, after I got done training. And I could not fall right. I was scared of what we call bumping. I was scared of it. And the match just went okay. But like at the end of it, I just knew I was done. And, I walked out and got out of my tights and I was just done. But then that next weekend, I actually had a fight. And the guy got me in a rear naked choke. And I'm like, fuck, I just had neck surgery 4 or 5 months ago, whatever it was, I think it was May. So I just had neck surgery 5 months ago, and this guy's got me in a fucking rear naked choke.
Did you tap out?
No, fuck no. I was able to fight through it.
Good.
And I won the fight, but still,
That's awesome.
that rear naked choke scared the fuck out of me.
Ooh,
And ever since then, I was done. I walked away in 2014 and haven't looked back.
Yeah.
But I miss it so fucking much.
I bet.
When I tell people how much I miss it, it's crazy because I'm like, I miss getting punched in the face. You know what I'm saying? I miss.
I get that.
I miss being tackled and thrown to the floor and just pummeled. I miss being in a wrestling ring and being a fake bad guy and making a crowd boo me. I miss all of it. But
Hell yeah.
And it sucks. It really fucking does. It sucks so bad. But I have a lot of fond memories of it. But I do want to get back into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I do want to start rolling again.
Yeah, I hope
That's
you
actually one of
can.
my
I
goals
really
this
do.
year.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I mean, I had eye surgery, so I took off of martial arts and pretty much everything for a little while. And then with COVID spikes upticking, I put my gym membership on hold for my Krav gym. So I want to go back, but I just want it to be safe too. It's just like an awkward situation. But plus like because of the COVID stuff, like we're just doing like a lot of like basic moves, which is fine, like punching and kicking, like you want to get all that stuff down and like elbows and whatnot. It's all great, but we're not able to do any drills whatsoever because we're not able to go within 6 feet of each other. So it almost feels like I'm wasting my very expensive membership when I want to be doing drills and moving up in the ranks, which we can't even do because there's no testing either. So it's
Oh
just I
wow.
just want to put it on hold
Yeah,
until I
that
can
was
get my
yeah.
full money's worth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that definitely. And for them to still be charging full price, I don't get that if you're not going to be able to test or even.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
mean
why they were
that's
chill about me putting it on hold though, which was
yeah,
awesome. They were
that's
like,
good.
"Yeah, we'll put you on hold. No worries." They even said like we get it if like because of the whole situation, if you want to go on hold, if you don't want to attend anymore, we'll give you. They even offered refunds. I'm pretty sure. I don't want a refund because I want to go back. I just want to wait until it's safe because I don't feel great about it because also like I can't fucking do anything. Like I want to test to level 2. I can't even learn like the drills other than on my own or like the drills I've learned and done already, but like practice is key. You want to be able to practice those drills over and over and over again. And there's like, it's nice to have the instructors there to kind of help you do that rather than just doing it at home all the time and stuff. So I want to make sure I'm learning as accurately and effectively as possible. But it's just so I'm just kind of like, you know what, right now that has to get put on hold, I guess. And it is what it is. But that's one of the things I miss the most. I miss my martial arts. I was going like 3 times a week at least, and like I was having a blast. But yeah, I can't do that right now, so it's kind of a bummer.
Yeah, I mean, you just spoke my language right there. I mean,
Oh
I
yeah.
that is one thing I miss without a shadow of a doubt.
Oh yeah.
Is getting into into a gym with a bunch of other guys or gals that have that same motivation of learning and fighting and having fun and
Oh totally.
the whole 9 yards and the discipline behind it and and plus especially with like Brazilian jiu-jitsu, there's no better feeling in the world of rolling around with the guy for 5 minutes and trying to trying to get a submission and finally locking in that arm bar and just hearing him squeal a little bit.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely, man. Nothing better.
Hearing
No,
that
I mean like
squeal, yeah.
fighting for me is completely exhilarating. Like it's my I'm probably I would say I'm just as passionate about fighting and martial arts as acting. It's just like I want to do both at the same time. The thing about acting is like it's just being an entertainer in general. There's a lot of downtime, there's a lot of waiting, there's a lot of auditioning, etc., etc. Like it's good to have something else that means just as much to you that you can focus on so you don't drive yourself crazy. Like I go into auditions, I do my thing, I do my best, I forget about it, I move on to the next thing. You don't want to just sit there like rolling around in your thoughts thinking all the time about one thing. You gotta have like diversify, I guess. So I mean martial arts is like my right hand, acting is my left hand, I guess. I'm just doing both and hopefully someday I can get good enough where I can be an instructor maybe as like a part-time day job. That would be a lot of fun. I want to like teach like women's defense or something, or like job BJJ would be awesome to teach. Right now I'm kind of like doing the Krav Maga stuff, but I mean I want to get really good at both. I love both martial arts so much. Like
Yeah.
very practical for sure.
And it's such a head cleanser too.
It is very
Because when
great for
you're
the
when you're
mind and the body.
oh my god, I mean when I'm in there, that's the only thing that I focus on is I don't think about anything else. With and you just hit that nail hard again. When you're an entertainer, you do have a lot of downtime,
Oh yeah,
and
it's weird.
when I'm like being that this is the only thing I'm doing right now, my day consists of waking up, emailing a bunch of PR people, talking to managers, talking to PR people, and then by noon, 2 o'clock, I'm pretty much done
Mm-hmm.
until 7 o'clock when I come down to my studio and make the thumbnail for YouTube and create the overlay in OBS and just listen to music. I mean, my day is, it's like, okay. I wish there was more to it.
Yeah.
The excitement of my day is who's going to be on tomorrow. Oh, let me book that person. Okay, great. And or let me book out a whole week out, and it's exciting. But then at the same time, I'm like, now what do I
Now
do
what?
now? I have a whole week booked. Shit.
I get you. I get you. You're just waiting for the next thing. Like that's kind of lots of waiting. Yeah, I mean, I wake up, I respond to a lot of emails, stuff like that. Plus, like, I just have such a weird schedule. Like, it's pretty unpredictable because, like, I can get a last minute audition or a last minute gig or like whatever. Like today, I woke up, I had an audition. I was like, hell yeah! Now I got to do that and fit that into because it's due on Thursday, so I'm like, all right, I gotta fit that in somewhere, because so sometimes I have to move things around or whatever, which can be a pain in the butt. But like that's just how it is, you know. Like you get last minute gigs, you get last minute auditions, you gotta fit that into your schedule somehow. So like yesterday, I got another audition. I had to do that by like this morning, so I did it last night. I just banged it right out, you know.
Yeah. Now, are you privileged enough to where you do not have a 9 to 5, or are you working full?
So the thing is, with my disabilities, I can't do like a 9 to 5, 40 hour, like I've tried like everything, and it's just to the point where I have like panic attacks really bad, to the point where I get sent home, or like I just can't work because like it's just, I applied to disability, via my therapist's recommendations, some of my friends' recommendations. I just like bit the bullet and did it because I've been putting it off for a really long time. I mean, I'm not like ashamed of it. I just like didn't want to admit that I have these things. Like kind of like what you said, it's just really hard to admit to yourself that you have a disability, which I've been trying to own it. Like my disability does not define me. I will still be successful. I will still do everything I love to do. But like acting and martial arts, those kind of things are very therapeutic for me. Like they help me overcome my disabilities. So like if I spend time doing things that like perpetuate them and make them worse, it causes me to regress.
Yeah.
And I mean, like it's not for a lack of trying. I do have a job that I work 1 to 2 shifts a week. The shifts are about 4 hours. It's a like a caregiving type job, but for like people with mental health struggles.
That's awesome.
I work with like one client. He's really sweet. It's very low stress. Like and they're very flexible. If I get a gig or something, they let me like switch things around, or they have someone cover me or whatever. So that's not bad, but I mean, I wouldn't call it a privilege as much of an inconvenience that I can't, because we need the money. Like I wish I could be working more, and I mean, it's just tough because I know that if I were to try to work more, it would impact my mental health, and also I wouldn't be able to do as much acting and modeling and stuff because I wouldn't just have the time or like the health to do so and be my best self. Even my therapist actually remarked that since I've been taking some time off for the holidays, I've seemed like way healthier, and I was just like, yeah, I kind of feel that too.
Yeah, I mean, I feel the same way. I mean, for me to be able to go back to a 9 to 5 would be, I don't know if I could, to be honest with you. I mean, I did it for fucking 20 years, you know, and managing, you know, an entertainment lifestyle as well. I mean, I was working full time and fighting, and full time in wrestling, and full time in comedy, and full time and doing this, and it was crazy. And you know, I mean, my jobs, you know, brought me to the breaking point. I mean, it was just so stressful, and you know, my anxiety levels were always so high. I was always high strung, you know, and it's I'm just thankful that I don't. But
I'm thankful that you don't either. That's great.
Yeah. But I mean, and you said something in there too that really kind of hit home, because I said this actually today in a TikTok. You know, that mental health does not define me either.
Hell yeah.
You know, it's a part of me. It always will be a part of me. But you know, what I am and who I am is fucking awesome. And that's what matters the most. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I feel. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's what's up.
I mean, mental health is always gonna be a part of me, unfortunately, but it definitely does not define who I am. And I hate when people put that definition. Oh, this is a bipolar guy. No, I'm not. I'm a dude. I'm just a dude.
You're just a guy.
I'm just a fucking guy. Get over it.
Suck it.
Yeah, exactly. You get it without me even having to tell you what the name means. You fucking get it. That is exactly what the name means. And people always like, oh, you're telling people to suck your dick. No, I'm not. It is just an expression of, it's a mental health expression.
Like up yours, asshole.
Exactly. Don't define me. You just fucking suck it. I am not your definition of what you think I need to be, so suck it. You know, that is what it means. And you are the first person in 144 episodes to understand it without having to ask the question.
Are you serious?
I am 110%.
I get you, man. I get you.
Everyone always asks, what does suck it mean? And you just hit the nail on the I am like 100. It took 144 episodes, but somebody finally hit the nail on the head.
We vibe. We get each other. You know, I get that.
Crystal,
no, I totally
I'm looking at you here.
it.
Yeah.
No, I understood. I was like, I want to be a part of that podcast. Fucking suck it.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
that's how I feel about a lot of people, dude. Like, you and I have been bullied, so we know. And it's funny because, like, all the fucking shit talkers and the people who bullied us when we were kids or teenagers or whatever, some of those people come back around, they realize you got hot and now you're a model and they want to be your friend. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I see you sliding in my DMs. Get the fuck out of here. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I look back at some of these the Facebook friends that I have, you know, back from high school and stuff like that. And I look at like their life now, or the ones that were assholes and bullies and stuff like that. And like I look at their, I'm like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck did you become? You know, it's amazing what some of these people come, you know, and. I always said it, and I'm glad it's finally happening, and it's been going on for a while now, but it's really starting to hit home, you know, that nerds rule the world. And, you know, all the nerds that were picked on in elementary school and middle school and high school, they didn't, you know, they took it pretty well. Some of them did. Unfortunately, some of them didn't take it as well. But now those guys are fucking running the world, and all the bullies are like, fuck, I should have been nice to that guy.
Yeah, we're just gonna keep taking over, man. I mean, we just need like good people with good hearts that, like, you know, creatives, man. We need people to have their hearts in the right place, and those are the people that should be ruling per se. Now, nerds are the best. I mean, you know, we've suffered, but, you know, we become better people for it, and we don't do unto others what has been done unto us, in the sense where we don't, like, go and kick people or bring them down. We try to bring others up, you know. I know that's what me, you, and Keith have all done. Like, Keith, I love that guy. He is
Keith's
fantastic dude, and he just, you know, he's been through a lot of shit, too, but he keeps it real, you know.
Keith's a dick.
Look in the mirror, buddy.
Hey, I can call the kettle black. Hey, it's pot. I'm black. You know, that's what it happens. You know.
Yeah. No,
I mean, hey, it takes a dick to know a dick.
That's true. Yeah. No,
Plus,
y'all
you know,
agree.
he's Canadian. He's doing something. Who knows? He's up there.
He's doing Canada.
He's
things.
doing
got his
Canada
maple
stuff
syrup.
up. He's eating maple syrup and drinking, you know,
Yeah.
fucking, you know, Labatt Blue and shit, and
Oh yeah.
being fucking Canada.
He's got a pet moose, all that shit.
And says A all the time. You know, that's one thing that bothers me is he doesn't say A.
I know.
I wish he
does
did.
have an accent though sometimes.
Oh,
He
his
says a little bit of a
his
boost.
accent is bad. He does say house and Surrey, house and Surrey.
I love it though. It's so
Yeah,
cute.
it's so fucking fun. Every time he does it, I have to make fun of him for it. But I interviewed
yeah,
a guy
yeah.
a while back, not even that long ago, like 2 weeks ago, that was from Ontario, and he
nice.
had a real. It was everything was bud. You know, hey, how you doing there, bud? Yeah, oh, yeah, come on, yeah. And it was funny.
How you doing there, bud?
Yeah, and it was. He said A at the end of every sentence. It was like I tried so hard not to laugh because like it was like he was like the perfect quintessential stereotypical Canadian,
I love it.
and I was
Walking
like, this guy is so fucking great. I love him.
Adopt a Canadian today.
Oh my god! And he was in a punk band, so we got to talk a lot about, you know, good music and stuff like that. But listen to him talk about punk music while he's sitting there going, "Yeah, bud, this is pretty great right there. Yeah, hey, how you think you're doing
Yeah.
today? Hey, yeah." It's like, oh god, I can't take you seriously.
Yo, that's hilarious.
I take that. I'm just joking, but he was a cool guy. But it was so fucking funny.
No, that sounds comical. You could totally do a stand up about that without a doubt.
And he turned out to be a huge fucking nerd too. And I'm actually gonna bring him back
awesome.
next week.
Oh, sick! I'll have to listen then.
To him and I want to do a recap of Mandalorian and talk about
Ooh,
what it actually
I watched that
means.
one, too.
What it actually means for Star Wars, because there's some things that happened at the end of season 2 that mean a lot to the whole.
Yeah,
The
game
whole.
changer.
It was a game changer for like the entire universe.
Damn, I gotta
and-
catch up, man. I haven't seen it yet. That's another one. That's probably the one. I don't know. I want to watch Cobra Kai and Mandalorian and Umbrella Academy. So I gotta figure out. Oh,
See, I tried to watch Umbrella Academy. I couldn't do it. It was
Really?
It was not my cup of tea.
not your cup of tea.
Yeah, not
Too
my.
much like, cause I'm a big X-Men fan. So I mean,
See,
is it
what?
too much like?
No, it wasn't even like that. It was just. It was just. It was shitty. I couldn't. I just couldn't do it. I mean, I
Really?
love all things comics except for DC. I hate DC.
Oh, I'm not. I hate DC. Too, for the
But
most
I
part.
love X-Men. I love Walking
love
Dead.
Marvel.
I love, there's another one that's on Amazon Prime called The Boys, which
Oh,
I highly
nice.
recommend as well. That one right there, you need to put on your list over Umbrella
Right
Academy.
on. Yeah, I want to actually. I used to read a lot of comics. I don't as much anymore, but I was a big Marvel person. I also really like Sandman, but I need to get back into that again. I haven't read too much of it, but that one's pretty dope.
If it was me having to do the binge watch of the things that you just mentioned, I would watch Mandalorian first.
Got it.
Especially if you're a Star Wars fan, because I mean,
Totally.
then I would go Mandalorian first, then Cobra Kai, and for me, I would not do Umbrella Academy. That's just me because I just didn't like it. I didn't get any real. It honestly, it didn't feel X-Men-ish. It didn't feel superhero-ish. It just felt. It felt to me. It kind of felt like. Did you ever see Deadpool 2?
I have not seen Deadpool 2 yet, but I love Deadpool 1.
Okay. So if you like X-Men, you'll know what I'm talking about. In X-Men, in the world of X-Men, there's always a school for teenagers and kids who have that mutant powers and they believe that it's the devil worship and stuff like that, so they're trying to take the that
mutants.
kind of mutants are bad, so we're going to take your powers away. We're going to teach you to be non-mutant, whatever.
Right.
Kind of like fucking gay
Genocide.
conversion camps, kind of like one of those things. But that's how kind of Umbrella Academy felt, because there was a lot of hate and not a lot of superhero stuff, a lot of hiding, and it just didn't. I didn't dig it at all. I got 3 episodes in and just said, "Fuck this." I couldn't do it. But for me, I recommend for another superhero show that's not typical. I definitely recommend on Amazon Prime, The Boys.
Okay.
It is.
Keith just messaged me saying Derek can suck me nuts.
Is he watching? Fucking prick. Did he text me?
I love you, Keith.
He probably
I hope he
fucking
heard
texted
that.
me.
Sorry to interrupt. I just figured you needed to hear that.
Fuck that guy.
Suck it, right?
Suck it, Keith. Fucking that prick. Fucking Canadian, eh?
You must be watching.
But no, seriously. Like I said, I recommend The Boys over Umbrella Academy.
Boys.
The
right
Boys.
On. Okay.
It's kind of like an anti-superhero TV show.
Oh, I love that kind of show.
Oh, then you'll love it. You will love it. The first 30 seconds of this television show grab you faster than anything else I've ever been a part of.
Really? Even
Yes.
Breaking Bad's the shit.
No, I dead serious. The first episode of season 1 of The Boys, like that first minute of the show will like grabs you beyond anything you've ever been grabbed before.
I think I've heard really good things about The Boys now that I think about it. I think like
phenomenal.
there's a lot of TV I have to watch. I'm just gonna do like nothing. I just need to watch all the TV. I'm actually watching an anime right now too, so I'm just like, trying to fit everything in I want to watch.
But Mandalorian, that was probably my number 1 show of last year, pandemic wise.
That's awesome.
Just so good. So
it looks
good.
really good. I've heard great things. Yeah, I'll definitely watch that first. Then I think that's a good recommendation.
Season 1 is
I've been wanting
great.
to, so.
Season 1 is great, but season 2 is even better.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome. There's 2 or 3 seasons.
2. They just
Okay.
they just wrapped up season 2 the week before Christmas.
There was a huge cliffhanger, wasn't there?
I'm not gonna say it was a cliffhanger.
It was just big.
It was huge.
Gotcha.
Because I don't know if it would be classified as a cliffhanger. I mean, some might classify it that way, but at the same time, other people would not. It's an in-betweeny. It could go either way. It all depends on your. But it was a huge revelation of thing. I mean, like huge.
I'm stoked already.
So I don't recommend you listen to that episode next week if you haven't binge watched the whole thing, because we will talk about it.
Yeah, no, that's valid. I'll wait on that then, but I will catch up on it for sure.
Yeah.
No, thank you for the warning.
Yeah, it's going to be spoiler-rific.
Oh yeah, right. That's a fair point.
Yeah,
Think about that.
I figured I'd give everyone 2 weeks to get caught up and watch it, and then I'm just gonna spoil the fuck out of it. And if you haven't watched it, oh well, you're in for a treat.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the rule, isn't it? Like 2 weeks or whatever.
Yeah, and I'm gonna rewatch the season again to make sure I catch everything. But
That's always a good thing to do.
yeah, but again, the whole thing led up to the end. Again, I'm not gonna, obviously the end. Every season finale has a great ending if you do it right. So I'm not saying anything spoilery at all. It's just a great fucking ending.
You're not.
So if anything, it'll just make you want to watch it even more to get to the point. And you can't watch just the season finale just to kind of get an idea of it. It won't make any sense.
Of course not.
Yeah, so don't go and sit there and do it. If you haven't watched it yet, I'm not sure the date. I gotta get a hold of the guy, but sometime next week, prepare for a spoilerific Mandalorian episode. Star Wars filled craziness of it's gonna be crazy.
Sweet. Do you have a tab open on your computer? Do you have access to like just go to the internet and search something?
Of course. Why?
So go on my profile. I want you to see these photos. You're gonna freak out. Go on my profile.
I'm gonna put them on the show.
Oh, do it. Do it. It's worth it. They're cool as hell.
So we're gonna do this right now. We're gonna do this live.
I'm stoked.
Am I going to your Facebook?
Yeah. Feel free to go to my. Actually, it's my profile picture too, so it'll be pretty obvious. Yeah, just go right on my. I gotta post an Instagram tomorrow. I just haven't gotten to that just yet.
All right, guys, you're about to see hopefully some sexiness here.
Oh, you're going to.
All right. Keith just posted something. I gotta ask him if you're still watching. You just posted so much big shit is going down. Already in progress. Success is dope. What the fuck are you talking about, Keith?
He's always chasing success.
He's always doing something.
He's a busy guy.
Which
Inspirational.
you have like so many freaking profiles. Which one?
I have a page and then two. Go to my the one with the blue profile picture.
Okay. Oh, okay, that one. Okay.
Kind of confusing.
I went to the other one.
Oh yeah. That one's kind of my page admin profile. I got like a warning on this account, so I was like, I can't have that attached to my page. So that's what you get for calling racist cunts on Facebook.
There you are, the blue one.
That's me, the blue one.
Well, you also have the other one with the glasses on too. All right, yeah. So let's see. Let's see here. Is it a post?
Yeah, it's Crystal Loverro. Sierra Nelson turned me into a sea goddess for the Art of Makeup School Finals. Photographer is Kate Woodman. She did a killer job.
So that's actually is that makeup?
Yeah, man, that's like a fucking.
Oh,
I was there for.
Oh, you guys
hours,
gotta see this. Okay, hold on a second. Let me add this in here.
Hells yeah.
All right, you can't see it, but people at home can.
No, that's okay. I'm looking at it right now on my screen. So.
All right, let's see here. New source. All right, people. Let's see here. Facebook. All right. Check that shit out, guys. Holy crap. That's legit cosplay makeup.
Oh yeah, I mean that's like professional special effects makeup. Actually, the Art of Makeup School, the teacher was on Face Off twice. I don't know if you know that, Joe, but it's like a contest down in LA where you do special effects makeup and get judged by some of the best like special effects people in the world. Like special effects makeup, the whole nine, prosthetics. I had to do a life casting session. I was there for like 8 hours. It was the whole real deal.
That is fucking amazing. Holy shit. Yeah, I mean, look at these guys. Holy crap. For those of you guys who are listening on the podcast tomorrow morning on the way to work, I am sorry you cannot see this right now, but the link to her Facebook page is going to be in the description, so take a look at that. But yeah.
I have to make those public. Yeah, I'll also give you my Instagram because they're going to go on Instagram tomorrow too.
Okay, I'll put your Instagram in the description as well. But damn, these are phenomenal. Holy shit.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, I made it public so now everybody can see that post because it's a good one.
Yeah. That's good stuff. Holy crap.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate it.
That's...
I figured you'd like it, so that's why.
Yeah, I mean, I saw it earlier, and I wasn't like, I didn't think it was, I just thought it was something that you saw and liked. And I was like, okay, cool. And I didn't realize that was actually you in makeup. That is awesome.
Thank you. Yep, that's all me, man.
So guys, enjoy that. But again, I'll link her Instagram in the bio. It's not there now, so if you're watching live, don't look. It's not there.
Look.
But it will be linked later. Actually, her website is linked, so you probably can get her
Right
Instagram
on.
from her website.
Yeah,
So,
you can click on my website, and it's right up in the corner there. You should be able to find my Insta.
But I will put the Instagram in the bio as well. Therefore, Instagram people, I mean, not Instagram people, Spotify and iHeartRadio and everybody else can click it in the morning.
Right.
Crystal, you are a doll.
Aw, shucks. Thanks, man.
I've been looking forward to this for a while.
Me too.
I've had so many other major national acts get a hold of me wanting to come onto the show, and those are the people I just say, you pick a day and I will make it work. You know what I'm saying? So, because especially with some of these larger acts, like if you give them like a certain date range that doesn't work for them, it's like, you know what, fuck it, we'll find somebody else.
Yeah, it's tough. You gotta work around them. I get it.
Yeah, so I just say, I'm open. You tell me a time and I'll be there.
That's respectable.
So I didn't want to them to bump in and then reschedule with you. Yeah, I didn't want to have that happen. But then when I emailed them last week and they said they're taking a week off, they'll get back to me this week. I'm like, okay, it's safe to book everybody else I want to book.
Perfect.
But yeah, so again, be on the lookout for some of these things are going to be like game changing for me. So I'm like really
Shit.
I'm not even like fucking joking.
You can't tell me, can you?
Nope. It's game changing for me. There's two major fucking things that are happening right now that I'm just waiting on. No.
Well, if you tell me privately, I promise not to repeat it. Though you may not be allowed to. So off record, you know.
Yeah, yeah. But no,
that's
there's
awesome.
two major acts that are just. It's going to skyrocket.
Blow you the fuck up.
It's gonna blow me up. Yeah.
You're gonna be viral.
I'm so stoked if I can make these happen.
You deserve it. You fucking deserve it. You've suffered enough.
I know. 144 episodes are done now, and it's just like, what's next? You know, I'm constantly just chasing the next thing, and
Hell yeah.
I'm not gonna stop.
Yeah, keep at it, man. It seems to be working for you.
Yeah.
You're great. You're a great speaker. You're really easy to connect with and talk to. I definitely think you should keep at it.
I appreciate it.
Want to.
Yeah, I'm coming after Rogan. Fuck that guy.
You're coming after him. Oh my gosh. You'll have to have him on sometime if you can.
I need to get much bigger before that.
I get that, yeah. I mean,
but with these things that I got in the pipeline right now, it's gonna blow it up.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No, yeah, you're gonna blow up, dude. I believe in you.
It's just, yeah. This year's gonna be this year's gonna be great.
I'll share the shit out of this too. You better believe that me and my manager will promote it and whatnot. Because like you're the bomb. If you ever need anything from me, I want you to just ask. I'm here for you.
Definitely promote the shit out of this one too, so therefore everyone can watch it and listen to it. And I'll send you once everything is uploaded, I'll let you know to the podcast so you can share that too.
Yeah, that sounds great.
All right, Crystal, again, thank you so much, and to everybody at home, thank you so much for watching. For those listening on the podcast tomorrow morning on your way to work, or on your way home from work, on the way home, whatever, be careful, be safe. Come back tomorrow, another band, another hour of awesomeness here on the fucking Suck It podcast. But until tomorrow, stay happy, stay healthy, and as always, stay fucking heavy. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.